Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nicholas Barbary. I'm the program coordinator for the Talent Development Network. For those of you who have been here before, the Talent Development Network is a regional internship initiative that focuses on providing students from all of our academic institutions with paid internship opportunities in high growth industries in Miami-Dade County. Some of our school partners are Miami-Dade College, University of Miami, St. Thomas, Barry University, Florida International University, Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and some of the industries that we cover are industries such as trade and logistics, aviation, creative design, banking and finance, and all the industries that make Miami a unique place to live and work. So today I'm joined here on our Employer Spotlight series with Devin Brown, the CEO and founder of Sports Konnect. Devin, how are you doing?
Nicholas, I'm so good, my brother. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit more about yourself before we dive into kind of what is Sports Konnect, and some more about that?
Yeah, thank you again. Thank you so much for TDN. Thank you so much for having me here and taking your time. And I know you guys it's almost lunchtime, so I appreciate you guys for being with us at these times. I really appreciate you guys. So my name is Devin Brown. I'm the CEO and founder of Sports Konnect. We mentor at-risk youth through sports science and mental health awareness. 65% of our youth are in indoor and outdoor suspension. So what we do is we provide strong adult relationships through mentorship, positive activities, and employment skill building. And the impact of that is we allow our youth to have a safe space to be their best selves. So I'm really excited to really look for the great talent at TDN and really look for the great talent at FIU, at Barry, at all the different schools to help join me in the social impact to really make a better Miami.
Awesome. So before we get started, can we talk a little bit about social impact, or I know you have a presentation. I don't know if you wanted to get started on that first.
Yeah. We could dive in a little bit of more of kind of what we do with Sports Konnect, and I can go through on that. And then yeah, I'm excited to just have a great conversation with you guys and Nicholas.
I'm gonna pull up the presentation here. Let me know when to go.
Okay, great. So this is Sports Konnect. Over here, this is our fantastic logo that you can see. Um, yeah, if you could go to the next page, Nicholas. So we could so at Sports Konnect, we're a 501c3 nonprofit. We like I was saying, we do sports science and mental health awareness. Currently, right now, we have 7 locations. We have 2 locations that are with a partnered organization. That's one that's called GFA. That's actually at Miami-Dade North Campus, where it's our homeschool group where we have 40 youth. And we do sports science and mental health activities there. And then we also have a site in Hialeah, which is Country Club Middle School, and that's also with another partner organization. And we have 60 youth with a 20 youth waiting list that we see the youth 5 days a week, and we do our sports science and mental health activities there. And then we have 5 other programs that we work in different libraries that we service and work with youth and kind of do these positive youth activities spread around and across Miami. So a total right now, we have 7 sites in the Miami area, looking to expand and possibly have more of a footprint into Broward and West Palm. And another place possibly internationally that I will hopefully announce soon at a later time. So it's very exciting. We are in a really great growth stage, and in this growth stage, we're looking for great talent because at Sports Konnect, we believe if we're going to serve the youth at a high level and be a high impact, high performing organization, we need to have high impact, high performing people. So this is why I'm so excited to speak to you guys, and hopefully you guys will be excited to help me make Miami a better place and into social impact. So yeah, that's a little bit of our beautiful team in that photo that you could see. Gabrielle, she's the one that's in the black. She's a phenomenal dancer, and she kind of runs our mental health division. Didier, who's also there, he runs our sports division, and a great dear friend of mine who has a great organization, Anike, in her organization. So we can move on to the next slide there. Okay, and then these are Sports Konnect. These are our kids in our country club group. These are like my baby. I call them my children. Even so, I have like a bunch of children. I have a lot I just love them so much. So this is our country club group. This is our actually largest program. This is out in Hialeah. So this is like us like out on the basketball courts. You could see like a little glimpse of me. Kind of teaching the kids a little bit. I'm a former athlete and a national basketball player. 6'5", kind of tall guy. So I'm a dead giveaway, of an athlete. But I'm really good. I really help people a lot, in the grocery stores, at Publix and stuff when they need to grab things and stuff. I'm really useful on that. So that's our country club group, and that's our largest program. We have 60 youth there and 20 youth waiting list. So really like a total of 80 in the Hialeah area. So we can go to the next slide. Nicholas, over there. We also have teams. So and it's so good that you guys are here on different universities and stuff. So we have our our FSU, our FIU, our Barry and University of Miami team. So we actually break up all the different kids into different teams, and they compete with one another. And we keep track of them. That's a little scoreboard. And we keep track of their progress, and they really compete. And at the end, we kind of give them different awards for that. And that's one of our youth. His name's Seth. This is Seth when he was in 8th grade, right? He's a big kid. He's at American now, and he's a defensive end at American. And he's a star football athlete at American senior right now. Very, very proud of him. Came through our Sports Konnect after school program. So yeah, we could go to the next slide. And then this is also our science portion of a little bit of what we do. So we, in one of the pictures, we're all over there. That is our robotics and our science team, where we competed in a really big robotics competition event in Miami Gardens. And we actually placed and won a medal in our first year. For our robotics team at Country Club Middle School. And that's one of our stars over there. That's Silmar. She's amazing. She's 8th grade. She's a fiery Latina girl that keeps everybody in check and that keeps everybody in order. She is the boss of the whole robotics team, but she is awesome. So that's her holding up a great robot that she designed. So that Samara, she's phenomenal. She's our star. She's one of our stars in our robotics teams. So we do a bunch of projects, workshops, and competitions and awards through the different events and robotics competitions that we do. So we can move to the next slide. And then we have also a financial literacy component. So this is our kids in our country club group too. So we meet up in the library at Country Club, and we have them in different sections. So you could see some of our kids doing some different science activities. The first picture is with one of our stars, her name's Golden, and we actually give them a competition where they had to create and start their own business. So what Golden did is that she started a flower business. So she was creating flowers, and she was trying to sell the different flowers and stuff to her school. And those are all our really great kids, just plodding away and thinking about different business ideas and different science activities. So that was like our financial literacy component that we kind of did. You could go to the next slide, Nicholas. And then we have our summer programs. So with our after school programs, we kind of keep them all year long. So in our after school programs, that even though that we see them for kind of the regular kind of school period calendar, we also keep them through the summer months, so that we keep them all year long. So like our country club group, our different programs in the libraries, all that, we kind of keep it all as a year-long programs that we have for them. So we kind of, in our 7 sites, we have our like kind of positive youth development summer programs. So yeah, you could go to the next slide, Nicholas, here. And then we have our Freshmen to Scholars Junior Internship Program, where it's basically like a dual enrollment for like kind of our high school kids. So if you are a high school student or want to kind of participate in this, it's like a dual enrollment program where we're actually working with an organization and getting kind of that experience, volunteer community service experience, but also could possibly do a dual enrollment at Miami-Dade College in that program. So those are like our kind of programs that we have. We also have a program that's not on the slides, but it's called Youth Move, Sports Konnect Youth Move, where it is a mental health clinic that we have that we help with youth with mental health and substance abuse issues. We actually got a spotlight from Youth Move National for the work that we're doing in partnership with Children's Nicholas Hospital. So we're seeing youth there during the time of the pandemic, and we are helping them out through peer mentorship, helping them deal with their social emotional learning, their mental health and their substance abuse in the clinic. And we see them every week, really right now kind of via Zoom. And we kind of help them out with anything they need. So we have our clinic, and then we have our community sites that is around the community. And then we're in the Center of Social Change, which is our kind of main office where we work on the balcony level on working on the organization. So it's either opportunities to work with me on the balcony level, I like to say, on the more administrative side on the organization, on helping build capacity and different things in the organization, and then also working on the dance floor, I like to say, which is working direct service with the kids. So yeah, that's pretty much Sports Konnect and what we're doing right now.
That's awesome. So I know we talked a little bit about this before. This is a very robust program. There's a lot of things going on, and a lot of things to manage. But I wanted to ask you, on behalf of some students that may be watching this and may not really know what social impact is and what nonprofit is. So,
Yeah.
like I said before, there's always a story behind starting an organization, starting a social impact organization. Do you have one of those stories, and can you share a little bit more about that as to what started the whole Sports Konnect?
Yeah, Nicholas, man, I pretty much saw a need and I couldn't turn away. I used to be a therapeutic mentor, and I used to see a kid in the Overtown area, and I used to go see him in his home, and mom tried to do the best that she could. But the area that she was around, she couldn't even have any furniture, in the house, because she didn't want any of the people of the negative influence being around in that area. Just to give you a picture of the kind of community and area this is. And she would always set up lawn chairs for me and my guy to sit so we could talk and communicate. And I used to always time him to make sure that he gets there on time and he meets me on time. And he would always run, and he would run up the stairs to come see me and sit down. It's like, okay, man, you got there. You just got a time. You were about to be late. You're about to be 30 seconds late. And we would joke on that and all that. And we would build that really rapport and that relationship through that. And, one day we were just out there, we were in Overtown, And I was asking him, I was like, what are the issues? What are the needs in the community? What do you see that's going on? Like, what the big things? And he said, Devin, man, we don't have father figures. We don't have father figures here in the community. And the reason why we're engaged and we do the things that we do is because we don't have father figures. So that really struck a chord with me, man. Once I saw that, I knew I needed to do something. I knew that was my kind of call to action to start the organization. And ever since that, I haven't been looking back. I haven't been looking back, and it's been so great and just so humbling that here we are, a couple of sites later, and staff and really doing things in the community. And this is how Sports Konnect has kind of come to fruition like this.
I definitely like how you mentioned. So you asked him what were the issues within the community, because
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that, you know, other people might have just gone, done their job, and then just looked around and made the assumption for themselves as to what's wrong with, you know, what's wrong in that community. But you going ahead and asking, and
Yeah.
going from, you know, the perspective of the needs rather than, you know, what you think, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
would you care to share more about that?
Yeah. Just I've always been somebody and just a big advocate for youth having a voice. And I just wanted to make sure that I give them and empower them and let them have the space and let them have a voice that I respect you in this in what we have, that I really value on the words that you're saying. And I really want to know from because because I don't want you to feel that you're less than or anything like that. You have great power and you are really smart uh, in this. So I want to really hear from you on what you need, because you know more a little bit from that, and I can learn from you on that. And I wanted to give him that space to have that. And for me, I've always wanted to listen because it also helps our programming. It also helps us better serve them when it comes to putting together different type of programs of what we're doing. You know, it's kind of in a way me kind of collecting a little data, you know, of what we need to do and to advocate on their behalf, to really make effective change, really make effective policy, and really create the kind of programs to really make a social impact in the community. And so that's where I was really on that. I was really understanding if I'm really gonna make an impact, if I'm really gonna make the social impact in the community, I have to be a really good servant for the people that I'm working with. And that's me listening to them and identifying and asking questions on what they want so I can give them what they need. And I can give the community what it needs. And with me, I'm just very authentic. I don't see it as a job. I see it as, you know, it's a life work of mine. And I know those kids that I've worked with, I know that I have to speak on their behalf. And I need to advocate and shed the light these issues on their behalf. And I always hold dear that responsibility of that, because I know I'm representing them and I'm speaking for them.
And the great thing is, you know, there, if you make the students feel like, you know, they're at the table with you, then they become invested in the program. They're the ones advocating on your behalf as well. So
Yes.
it's a two-way street. The same thing with TDN, the same thing with a lot of programs like this. We want advocates for our program. So by serving, you know, that population and that group what they need, they in return come back and, you know, they talk about their experience like TDN CEO for a day and their experience shadowing a CEO, and then it just builds that up.
Yeah.
But switching gears a little bit, I know that you're currently looking for a couple of interns, and I just wanted to ask you, um, what do you normally look for when you're hiring interns, especially in that social impact space.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And just a real quick on like what you said, it's so true. And it also ties into what we're looking for. It's building that trust with them is everything. It's building that rapport with everything, and especially with kids and youth in our community. The biggest thing there's a saying I like to say: you have to connect before you correct. So you have to build that rapport with them. You have to build that rapport with the family to actually connect with them. And in return, they open up and they give you a lot of support, for what you're doing in the organization. So when we are looking for people to kind of work with us, we're looking for really people that can build rapport with our youth. That's always looking for personal development. I think that's really important. Always wanting to get better and to be really really good, and just love it. Somebody that loves social impact, someone who loves community, someone who loves being with us. Those are kind of like the real things. Gotta love it. Gotta be open-minded to professional development and to grow and always to improve and hone your skills and hone your craft, and be very coachable. Positive a positive attitude. Someone that's a self-starter, someone who's creative, someone who's very innovative. As you know, we are in a knowledge-based economy. It's all about creativity and innovation. We're looking for people who are creative, and love kids who want to make an impact in the community and just genuinely love it. Because if they love it, the professional development, they'll be able to be speedy and efficient. All those kind of things will fall in line if they love it and they love social impact and want to be open-minded to the professional development. So those are kind of really things we kind of look for in the culture of what we do at Sports Konnect.
And can you tell us a little bit more about the positions that you're hiring for? I remember that you spoke about, the balcony level and then also on the dance floor. So
Yeah,
could you tell us a little bit more about that?
yeah, absolutely. So really on the dance floor side, we are looking for really good psychology majors that can be as peer mentors for our youth in the clinic, that we work with at Children's Nichols Hospital. So we are looking for psychology majors. We're also social workers. We're looking for that. If you're in education, science majors, we are looking for that to help with teaching our science and educational portions for our after school programs. We are looking for really good physical fitness, sports and recreational kind of majors, as we are a sports organization. So yes, and anybody who is sports inclined, that is in the physical fitness, wants to be a PE teacher one day, that wants to be in sports management, to help on the balcony level, on the administrative level, on understanding of what it is to build capacity and understanding the different pillars of building an organization when it comes to fundraising, when it comes to collecting data, when it collecting to developing great staff, to also putting together a great board. You'll be able to learn, the nuts and bolts of what it is to build the house. So those are kind of positions we're kind of looking for and desired for. So psychology, social work, anybody who's in the mental health, anybody who's in the science and education fields, anybody who's in the sports, recreation, sports fields. We are looking for great, talented people to join the board of this family and be a part of our family, and really calling to action you guys to make an impact in this community in Miami. I really want you guys to come on this ride and join us on it.
I love what you said about building the house, because
Yes.
if I don't know much about house building, but I know that when you're building a house, every aspect of the construction matters in the house. You can't have a weak foundation, you can't have weak
Yes.
walls. So
Yes.
I feel like that's the same way when you know, you have that person join you in building the house. So your approach to students and asking what are the issues in your community is the same with your interns, as in,
Yeah.
you know, how can we serve these students better?
Yeah.
And that feedback and that input happens, and you don't really see that a lot in a lot of companies, not even in all, you know, social impact nonprofit organizations. So being there from, you know, from that, from, you know, that side as an intern, being able to make that impact, uh who knows, you know, you either, you know, turn the house into the skyscraper, or you end up and you're inspired, and then you just find a way to collaborate down the road with Sports
Yes.
Connect or other social impact causes, and you start your own. You know,
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, nigga, it's all about creating a house. And you know, and it goes back to when I was starting the organization. When I was starting the organization, like, I don't know how to do this. How do you build a how do you build a nonprofit? Like, where do you start? Where do you go? And but once I understood on getting the blueprint to build the house, I understood and I got it. And I was like, for any organization, any company that we're building, you're building a house. And you can't build a house without the blueprints. You need the blueprint to build the house. And we've been able to have the blueprints now to build the house. And what's so great about, you know, the TDN and all the other students, hoping that you guys will come in, you guys are going to help me build the house. Just like as you said, it's help me build the house and possibly work at another organization, help build their houses. And possibly you can build your own house your own. And you're going to learn the blueprints on how to build your own house on your own if you are interested in making a social impact and creating something like this for your own. You'll be able to learn firsthand through experiential learning to do it, not from a textbook. And that's the best type of learning you can get.
I love that. Thank you so much. That's really all we have. And you know, once again, that house building, you know, what do you call a bunch of different houses, you know, in the same space? It's a community, and
Ooh,
that's what we are here in Miami. So
ooh.
just working together in collaboration, and you know, thank you so much for coming on, and you know, hopefully your words affect many others watching this. So thank you,
Oh,
Devin.
oh man, Nicholas, thank you for having me. And I'll tell you, that was a mic drop moment where you just said right there, my brother. That's exactly what it is. It's a bunch of houses, is a community. So let's build this community. Let's in the social impact area, and let's make Miami better.
Thank you so much, Devin.
Okay,
I'll see
Nicholas,
you.
I'll see you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.